What's up everyone, Fragrance Matt here. Welcome to another fragrance video. Hope you're all doing very well this evening. In tonight's episode, we are going to be taking a look at a very underrated fragrance. A fragrance that I happen to love so much that I'm thinking about just getting a backup bottle of this soon because this is just absolutely fantastic juice. And as you guys can see, this is none other than Carven Pour-On by Carven. Now this fragrance was released in September of 2014. It was released with another fragrance alongside it known as Carven Vetiver. This one was the one I decided to go for though. I remember I was out one day, I was in a department store in my local mall and I saw this at like half price and I immediately jumped on the bandwagon and I thought, you know what, this sounds like a good scent. I looked up the notes on Fragrantica, I looked up who the perfumers were. That's right, Perfumers, there are two, not one. So I was curious about all that and I looked it up and straight away didn't disappoint me. I just love the fact that this fragrance is unique, yet it's so high quality for the fact that, I managed to get it for half price. I think it's just a really overlooked fragrance and personally a gem in my opinion. That's why I've got it on review. So Carven Pour-On, what else can I tell you about this fragrance? Well, this fragrance was created by two perfumers, Patricia Cho and the absolutely fantastic Francis Kurkdjian. Now, Francis Kurkdjian, as you guys know, is infamous, of course, for having his own fragrance line, Mason Francis Kurkdjian. He is absolutely top-notch for his fragrance releases. He's created so many under his own company. And when I found out that he was partnered to create this alongside Patricia Cho, I was immediately impressed and I thought, right, I'm going to get a hold of this, see what it's like. So I sprayed it on my hand and I just thought, wow, okay, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get it because this is good stuff. This doesn't smell like anything else I own. I'm going to get it. Let's get down to the nitty gritty and talk a little bit about the smell. So I'm going to spray a little bit of this on my hand, guys. And then we will, while that's drying down, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the notes and whatnot. So the strongest note that I get as soon as I spray this fragrance is I get a very prominent violet leaf note. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I get a very nice grapefruit behind that. Though the grapefruit to me is a little bit synthetic. It doesn't really shine through that much. But it does no doubt smell very citrusy. And there's this very sweet element to this fragrance as well, which it just smells so appealing and inviting, you know. Very, very nice fragrance. In fact, this fragrance, guys, gets compared to Green Irish Tweed by Creed. I wouldn't necessarily say it was a clone. I think the violet leaf note is very similar in this, as it is in Creed's Green Irish Tweed. Although this doesn't have any of the other notes, like the lavender or anything like that. This one is primarily based around a lot more notes. Well, not that many notes, but different notes as to what are in Green Irish Tweed. So, of course, the notes that I get straight away, I mean, like I said, you get that violet leaf, you get that grapefruit. Yet, I also get sage. And the sage is really what makes me feel a casualness about this scent. It adds a softness, it adds like a nice, soft, sort of powdery floral-esque in there as well. And there is also a very, very beautiful note of nutmeg in here as well, which doesn't make it smell spicy, although it does give this fragrance a very unique, sophisticated, fresh, spicy kind of scent. It's very unique, guys. Very, very unique scent, to the point where I can actually smell each individual note. It just smells really, really nice. I kind of get a little bit of a similarity to Animal for Men with this fragrance. I don't know why that is. I don't know, maybe it's a sandalwood, I don't know, but there's some sandalwood in here as well, obviously, and there's some vetiver as well, so that's pretty much all you get. It's a violet leaf based fragrance. Personally, one of my favourite violet leaf fragrances, behind Burberry Touch. This one is, I would probably say, my favourite. the more you smell it, it has like a bubblegum-esque kind of smell. Um, I wouldn't say it was like too bubblegummy, not like Ultramal or even Limal, nothing like that. This one has, I don't know, it does have a bubblegum kind of smell the more I smell it. It's the sweetness coming through with that grapefruit, which lingers for quite a bit until obviously it dries down to that nutmeg and that sage. But a really, really nice fragrance. A very simplistic scent that I really don't think people would be disappointed in. It's just one of those fragrances that I love to wear if I'm not like wanting to be noticed per se. But I know that people are going to like the way I smell. This is one of those fragrances. I don't think you're going to get compliments. Well, you might. Depends on really who the person is. But if you're looking for a compliment getter, of course, then obviously you want to look at something like La Nuit de l'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent, or something along those lines. It's a really good offering from the House of Carven. A very, very, very nice fragrance, guys. And I think if you're a collector and if you're someone who likes to just collect fragrance and somebody who likes to smell good even, this is perfect. Absolutely perfect. You'll find this discounted quite a lot. Although when it came out it was priced at almost £60 here in the UK for this size bottle. This is the 100 ml, and this is what it was priced at, which is just that's absolutely insane when you think about it. Like, it really is insane. I'm trying to zoom in on the bottom there. There we go. So yeah, there's the details, so you guys can see what it looks like on the bottom. With a toilette, Carven Parfums, all that jazz. So yeah, oops, don't break the bottle now, do we? So yeah, that's basically my review for the fragrance. I'm going to give you guys my ratings now. So in terms of the ratings for Carven Pour Homme, bottle design, I'm going to give it a 9. I think it's sturdy. I think it's solid. I think the only thing that puts me off is I don't like the black on the front. I mean, it doesn't really necessarily matter, but I like bottles where I can see the juice. Not all the time, but like 90% of the fragrances I own are like clear bottles where I just like to see the color of the juice. And this one just has this black on the front. It's very boring, and I just think the whole pour on the front looks just a little bit cheap. If it was done a bit more classy, then it probably would have been a bit better, but yeah, that's the only thing. In terms of everything else, though, like the cap is absolutely perfect. We get a nice logo on the top of the cap there of Carven. Everything about it, it's just a solid glass bottle. The only thing, the only thing I don't like is this big glass, this big black front, which just really makes the bottle look a bit unappealing. But I'm sure it probably looked really good in the store when people were promoting this fragrance back in 2014. But yeah, whatever. So, yeah, I'm going to give it 9 out of 10 in terms of the bottle design. In terms of the smell, I'm going to give this a 9.5, guys, in all honesty. Like I said at the beginning of this review, I hold my hands down what I said, and, I'm always trying to be brutally honest. I think this fragrance is a masterpiece, and I think it just needs to be deserved more by people in the community. It needs to be smelt out a lot more. I can see why people don't like it. People might find it generic. People might find it a bit too similar to Green Irish Tweed or even any other violet-based fragrance, because violet leaf is one of those notes that you can't really make smell unique. Although in this fragrance you've got the nutmeg and you've got the sage and you've got that grapefruit, creating this unique concoction of casualness. Literally, it just smells so nice. I really like this fragrance personally, so I'm going to give it a 9.5 in terms of the smell. It's really up there for me. Is it possibly one of the greatest casual fragrances of all time? Probably not. I mean, that's a bold statement. There's so many fragrances out there, but would I say it's one of them? Probably, yeah, in my opinion. That's just me being brutally honest. So that's my rating for that, and my rating for the longevity, I'm going to give a 6.5 out of 10. I feel like this fragrance could last a little bit longer. Yeah. Other than that, a fantastic smell. It's still going really strong on my hand, but it's literally only been on my hand for 10 minutes or so. Not even that. See that bubblegum and that bubblegum sort of smells there, which I can't get rid of, you know? But I love it. I really love it. It's really, really nice, this. Really nice. The more I smell it, the more I'm appreciating how it smells. Of course, there are other fragrances from the Pour Homme line. There's the vetiver, of course, and there is also a white version of this. I think it's called Low, Carven Pour Homme Low. I might be wrong, but I've heard that's really, really nice stuff as well. So might have to check that one out. But so far, Carven Pour Homme for me is an absolute winner. Oh, just beautiful. Really, really lovely stuff, guys. So if you're looking for something casual, looking for something safe, inoffensive, and a fragrance definitely bang for your buck, this is no doubt about it one of the best choices you can get. Of course, there's other great choices out there, anything from Jacques Bogart to Labradors. There's so many great fragrances out there that are inexpensive and are high quality. Usually I wouldn't say that Carven created inexpensive scents. Like I said, I found this in a department store. You might be able to find it online. It really just depends on where you look. So yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about in terms of this review, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed it. This has been for Carven Pour Homme by Carven, released in 2014. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves and keep smelling good. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.